Hello, welcome to another super serious anime review. God, why am I doing this? I could see that the last video was met with some very controversial reactions. So that's why I made another one of these great videos.
Now the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. What might be right for you may not be right for some. A man is born, he's a man of means. Then along come two, they got nothing but the genes.
This time we'll be looking at the greatest animes that came out during the winter of 33. I only picked the best years for anime.
They got different strokes and takes, different strokes and takes.
First on today's list we have John F. Kennedy. Oh, sorry, I was reading from the wrong document. What I meant to say was Kenny the Shark. The show is about an anthropomorphic tiger shark named Kenny who decides to move out of the ocean and in with Dora the Explorer. Sorry, again, I mean Katrina Cassidy, also known as Cat on the show. She's Cat. So the show follows Kenny as he plots to eat Cat, because sharks eat cats. It's really simple science. You learn it in 4th grade or something, I don't fucking. But along the way he is foiled by friendship, like always. There's also the baddie in the show, rich white kid. I don't remember his name, he doesn't really matter. The kid is a The kid tries to buy Kenny into slavery, I think, because who doesn't want a shark to do stuff for you? Anyway, in the end, Kenny doesn't eat Cat because it's too much of a hassle, and he tries to kill Ronald Reagan, but fails. Fuck, I keep reading from the wrong document, sorry. Let's see. Yada 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 yada. Ah, here we go. Too much of a hassle and returns to the ocean. There, that was Kenny the Shark in review. I give it about I'm gonna say an ice cube out of a lamp. It's pretty, you know, cold start, but in the end it had a warm finish, you know. Yeah.
Different strokes to move the world.
Next up, we have Tut Tut Saves the Zoo, also known as Tuttenstein. So Tut Ak and Set Tut Ak and Set Tut, a 3,000-year-old Egyptian mom, is brought back to life by a small irresponsible child and her dog. Yeah, that's the premise of the show. So similar to that of Kenny the Shark, our hero, Tut, tries to kill the child and her small dog, but is also foiled by friendship. This one I felt wasn't as diverse as some of the other shows on this list, but I put it on here because it's what people are watching this season, I guess. So I would give this Frankenstein probably a glass of water on the pH scale. You know, it wasn't too amazing, but it wasn't too bad. You know, I wasn't vomiting by the end of each episode. I was only mildly sick. So, you know, it was just about right. You know what, actually, I give it a Goldilocks out of 3 bears instead. I feel like that's more, you know, more fitting for the show. Obviously.
Different strokes it takes, different strokes it takes, different strokes to move the world.
Now we have one of my personal favorites of this season, Fraggle Rock. It's about a bunch of kids fresh out of high school dealing with crippling drug addictions while hiding in their local caves from the police. The main characters are Inky, Blinky, Pinky, Clyde, and Pack. They all have their own different addictions. For example, Inky enjoys huffing various kinds of paints, and Clyde enjoys injecting heroin directly under his toenails. It's quite interesting. The show is shot in the perspective of the kids, seeing everything as a Muppet that got slightly shredded, not in a good way. You know, Kermit's not doing so hot. He let the hair grow out a bit. Now he's begging for crack money on the streets. There isn't exactly a solid plot to the show. It just follows the day-by-day activities of the kids. About halfway through the series, it turns to a survival show almost. Watching to see which kid drops dead first, and which one drops dead last. And honestly, I'm surprised they got such famous celebrities to do the show, such as Britney Spears and Charlie Sheen. Britney as Pinky and Sheen as Clyde. If I had to give the show a rating, I'd say it earned probably a Saturn out of Jupiter. You know, because the show was really good. It was one of the few shows I could watch in which I smirked once. Though there were some flaws in the show, such as the dynamics between the kids and nature. There wasn't enough bear attacks in the show. There were only 4. I expected more. I was disappointed. And that's why the show wasn't a full Jupiter out of Jupiter and was only a Saturn out of Jupiter. Yeah.
Everybody's got a special kind of story. Everybody finds a way to shine.
Hold on, before we get to this next anime, which sucks a lot, by the way. Worst show of this season. I have to order dinner first. So, we have Papa John's as the worst anime of this season. Sorry, I mean JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So this show is about this scrawny kid that's a part of this rich family that owns a stone mask for some reason. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's where they got their fortune from, a mask. I guess his dad was a clown or something. Anyway, a blonde kid gets adopted by the family for some reason, and the scrawny kid gets his ass kicked by him. It's quite funny. Child abuse is the blonde kid, the blondie, is named Dio, after the famous singer, of course. That's actually a fact. And the scrawny kid, Joe, from Family Guy. So they grow up a bit. Dia burgles the mask from the family and becomes Alucard, because apparently the clown mask turns them into vampires, which confirms my theory that all clowns are vampires. So that gets off the list. So Joe has to become buff and learn how to use the sun, and he meets another blonde guy named Speedweed, the guy that made Law and Order. Don't know how he met such a famous dude back in, like, I don't know, back back when this anime took place at like 33. This is the season of 33 after all. But first, he has to learn how to breathe from a magician before beating Dia. I don't know why he didn't know how to breathe before that. Guess he was holding his breath for a very long time. Pretty impressive. Like 23 years. Anyway, the magician breathes a bit. He praises the sun, and then he blows some bubbles. Wait. No. The bubbles are spoilers. Sorry. The bubbles come later in a different part of the series called risk tendencies. Anyway, I keep getting sidetracked. They go on a bizarre adventure. See what I did there? It's funny. Please laugh. Then, in the end, Joe punches Din with a fire punch. Then Joe dies somehow. Like I said, it's a pretty bad show. So, if I had to give JoJo this rating, or, you know, this JoJo joke of a show, as you may, I'd give it an ambulance out of a bulldozer. No reason. There's no joke there or anything. Just move on to the next show.
And together we'll be fine, 'cause it takes different strokes to move the world. Yes, it does. It takes different strokes to move the world.
From worst to best, here is the best anime of this season. Only the greatest shows get this title, best anime of the season. This show had amazing writing, beautiful animation, stellar voice acting, deep story, and overall, it's a great binge-watch show. If you didn't see this show coming, then you must have been living under a rock. Though, not my personal favorite anime of the season, I can easily see why among the community this is the best. So, without further ado, the best anime of this season is Minecraft with Guns.
If you like to gamble, I tell you I'm your man. You win some, lose some, they do the same to me.
This show. Holy cow. Holy crap. Holy everything. Holy Jesus. I just love the perspective they take. Everything else about it. And when I say perspective, I mean literally. Just being in the place of a soldier in the first person's perspective, switching between each one as they die. I could see now where Battlefield 1 got that amazing intro from. Guess DICE isn't that original, I see. Now, the show takes the essence of great war movies of the past, such as Saving Private Ryan, Fury, Top Gun, Grown Ups 2, and so many other examples. And even though you know a character for possibly minutes, they pack everything in that you need to know about this character to get attached to them, to feel, you know? And I could keep going on about the show, but you can catch my drift, if you know what I mean. So, if I had to give Roblox Ops a rating, I'd say I'd give it a perfect 64 out of 64. Everything was just amazing. Highly recommend. Just 10 out of 10. Would die watching again. Now, we come to the end of the video. So thank you for joining me on this adventure that is Chinese cartoons of this season. So come back next time when I watch the new hit shows and tell you in-depth reviews about them that are totally not bullshit. Or downvote the video, throwing me into bankruptcy where I have to sell my non-existent house, my non-existent wife's non-existent wedding ring, my non-existent car. Please just give me money, I'm bad. So, thank you again for watching, and I will see you in the next review.
Extraordinarily nice. She's a killer queen, gunfighter gelatine.
Dynamite with a laser beam. Dynamite with a laser beam.